So let me switch mics. Switch mics. Hello, Dallas. Dallas, I'm on YouTube now, so please subscribe to my YouTube account, Dallas. It's right down there. Rob Braxman Tech. Did you subscribe to yes, Sexy Italian Rose, yes. So I think you're following me on YouTube now, right? The Sexy Italian Rose. And hello, Paul. Can't play too much on YouTube because you know, Paul, I can't play too much on YouTube because I might accidentally play a melody and then they'll say, I'm on Periscope now though. Yeah, I can see, yeah. Paul, if I play too much on YouTube, then you know I might actually play a melody and they'll say, we'll demonetize you because you played some blues lick somewhere. So you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. So I gotta keep it short so you know I don't wanna affect the videos. So welcome folks, welcome. Thank you, Sexy Italian Rose. I'm working hard at it. You know, it's thank you, Adam Rattery. I'm working hard at it. It's very, very difficult to do YouTube, I have to tell you. Zuck, and we want to hear you play. Well, Drought, I have a different channel for that. I have a Hello Night Eyes. I actually have a different channel which doesn't care about monetization, and that is where, and I'm just gonna put it on a playlist on my normal channel. YouTube is freezing up on me here lately. It should be fine right now. Let me just verify that. Should be okay here. I'm watching myself here on YouTube, and what was that, Paul? What's the problem, Paul? Bohemian Rhapsody won the Oscars. So is the Oscars over or what? Do I need to worry about nobody watching me because of some zucking Oscars, and then Ron Waxman will come in here and say, you zucking moron! Don't you know they're sucking Oscars? YouTube okay there. Okay, Twist. Rami Malek won Oscar. Yeah, but they're gonna cut out Mr. Robot. It's on his last season. Keeping secrets from him. Thought we were friends, dude. So yeah, so my my regular YouTube channel has a playlist which includes my music. So I'm gonna be posting the music on a playlist on my normal channel, Rob Braxman Tech. So my music will be there, but as a playlist, so it doesn't affect the channel itself. Okay. So if you go in there, I will be adding the music to the playlist. There's a few. There's like three videos there right now, but I'm gonna add more. I have them. I have to transfer them over. Okay, so it's gonna be there. Did they make I have no idea, Paul. I don't watch it. I want to make my picture has. He's good, Rob. I don't want to be here on you, Rob. I don't want to be here on YouTube. YouTube is actually, let me just say about YouTube tracking, okay? Just to you know, make sure you understand. So far, YouTube has been good with clearing out your history if you want it to get cleared out, okay? You didn't ask me to subscribe to that one, or did you tell me? Drought, I keep telling you yesterday, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know, and you said yes, you would. So there it is, Rob Braxman Tech. How can you say I didn't tell you? Last night I was telling you over and over, and then you said, yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it. Okay, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel because there's so much content there. And then, in fact, that's what we're going to talk about tonight are some of the videos that I put out last week. And we're going to go explain it a lot more today. Okay? We're going to explain a lot more today because, you know, having a 5-minute video isn't going to be a full explanation to something so complex. And the two items I'm going to talk about are ways of tracking you. Thank you, Sexy. 2 ways of tracking you. I've subscribed through YouTube, but I prefer Periscope's chat section. Yes, but the videos are only on YouTube, so you can talk to me here. I did, but that's not the one, the music playlist, though. Is it? It is, Drought. You were hacked again. Oh, my gosh. Okay, Drought. There is a new playlist on there that has music on that same one, so you don't have to change. That one does have music. Look at the playlist section, and there's a playlist section. I actually have a separate channel for music only. It's called Rob Braxman Without the Tech. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to post it on the playlist on my normal channel, so you don't have to go to the other channel. Okay? You don't have to go to the other channel. That same account will have the music, but it will be separate so that YouTube doesn't mess with my monetization at some point in the future. Hello, Honey Badger. Honey Badger, are you a honeypot? Are you honeypot, Honey Badger? I want to make real pic. Well, fix it. Fix the pic. You don't have to go to your Google account and change the pic. Easy thing to do. I want to make just change your pic in your Google account, and there you go. How do you make a name so long? Watch Google Apple is closing into April in Google of March. What? My gosh, it's like so there is another Rob Braxman YouTube music. There is Drought, but it doesn't matter because I've linked the playlist to that on my one channel, Rob Braxman Tech. So you don't have to find the other one because the same music will be there. That's how I handled it. So you follow one account and that account will have the music on the playlist. It won't be in the list of videos, it'll be in the playlist. I want to start scoping. How can I keep my privacy? Angel, of course, don't use your real name is the #1 thing you need to worry about. Okay? And don't link it to a Google account with a identifiable email address. Okay, so that's don't make the mistake I did, which is to link it to a phone number. Okay, so Drought, I saw your 2 accounts, Drought, and you're not following me, I know that. So I saw your 2 YouTube accounts, the one with 22 on it, the one with 0, which has just your songs on it. So I saw that. Okay, so the first topic of tonight will be about contact lists. It's easy. I upload this playlist to my playlist. Oh, that's pretty cool. Sexy Italian Rose, that's pretty cool. That makes it easy, yes. That makes it easy. So, and then you don't have to worry about it. Yes, you don't have to worry about it. So the topic is about contact. First, we're going to hit contact lists, and then we're Kokomoko. So the first topic is contact lists. And by the way, if you like it, please watch me on YouTube so that we develop the YouTube account. It kind of needs the traffic to be on YouTube. So okay, I'll make a new unlinked Google account, not showing my mug, not use. No, it doesn't matter. The mug doesn't matter. But you should make a new Google email. Yes, my channel. Yes, I know, Drought. I found you. Yeah, I wasn't trying to. Hello, Kokomoko. I wasn't trying to dox you, Drought. But it was easy when I found your song. It actually linked to your richly authentic account. So I saw it on YouTube. I said, oh, this is the one he was talking about with 22 subscribers. Kokomoko, please follow me on or subscribe to my YouTube account so we don't forget. Please subscribe to my YouTube account, Kokomoko. Appreciate it. My channel is richly. Yes, bot. I got that. Okay, so the thing that nobody understands right now. Okay, so here's where the topic starts. Cut. I'm gonna use that to cut the video later on. Okay, cut. Okay, so the first issue that we're going to talk about is the contact list. Now, you know, contact lists are very benign sounding. You know, I went onto this app. It's supposed. Hello, Claire Peters. I went to this app. It's supposed to be a secure app. It's called Telegram. And it's supposed to be, you know, there for privacy and for security because it's supposed to encrypt your traffic. So I went into that account, and often the first thing you're going to see when you join that is it's going to ask for your phone number. By the way, it's the same with Signal, it's the same with WhatsApp. All of these so-called secure apps. I don't know why they use phone number, but they do. Okay? And And apparently, when you use these apps, it asks you to import your contact list. Now, I do not import my contact list, and I do not ever recommend anyone importing a contact list into an app because of the dangers that involve, which we're going to discuss here. So I did not import a contact list to Telegram. I did not import a contact list to Telegram. So when I went to Telegram, the first day I used it, it asked me for my phone number. I put that in, and then I went to sleep. And the next day, I got a message on Telegram, and I said, "How the zuck do I get a message on Telegram when it's a brand new account?" It's actually the second time I've created a Telegram account, but brand new account because I deleted the other one. So I went in there. It was my brother. My brother was on Telegram, and he said, "Oh, glad to see you on Zucking Telegram." And I did not respond to that because I said, "OMG, how the Zuck did you find me on Zucking Telegram? How did he find me on Telegram?" Does anyone have a guess how he found me on Telegram? How did he automatically find me on Telegram? Anybody around? It's like the comments are moving very slowly here. So it's like anyone paying attention. So how did he find out who I was on Telegram? Because he uploaded his phone contact list. He uploaded his phone contact list to Telegram. That means everyone he knows and their phone numbers and their name and their address, if the address is on the contact list, and email address, all of that has been uploaded. The smarts did not rub off on him because he screwed up, because he doesn't think about these things. None of my family members are very good with this stuff. They're non-techie, and it's really frustrating to deal with them. Really frustrating. So they love Facebook. They all love Facebook. Okay, stole your, yeah, so he uploaded his contact list, and guess now, without me doing anything, okay, Telegram now knows who everyone in the family is, because guess what is in his contact list? Obviously, he's going to type your full name in his contact list, right? He's not going to use whatever fake name I happen to use. Or, whatever name I happen to be using on the internet, he's not going to use that. He's going to type on his contact list, "This guy is Rob Braxman." Okay? So, he imports the list with my real name and probably my home address on there. And my email address with my, not just my normal email address that I use for every day, but probably what the Zuck is up with. I want to make it's annoying as Zuck, Claire. He's like even having problems with English there. Tell him to change your name and too late. PJB says too late. He already uploaded it. And obviously in the upload includes everyone he knows, which includes every member of the family, every relative, everyone he works with, anyone that's associated with him is now associated with me. Yep, bras and panty size too, but that's for Amazon to know. Hello, Redamore. So, hello, Redamore, my friend. So, Redamore doesn't want to follow me on Twitter. He says, I ruined his numbers. If he follows me on Twitter, it will increase his follower count. So he doesn't follow me. Reddit doesn't follow me on Twitter. So, hello, open source. Hello, open source. So, I'm fine, Reddit. I'm fine. So anyway, back to what I'm talking about. It sounds like I wasn't following you either, and then I followed you on Twitter, and then I guess you're so popular you don't see me. You're so popular you don't see me. So you got probably so many people there. So anyway, it's really, really crazy because you're talking about something so benign Then don't follow me, Retta. I won't follow you either. We'll keep it safe. We'll just keep it on Periscope and YouTube. Hello, Twin Mom. So something as benign as a contact list has been weaponized, folks. Weaponized. So now, think about it. Now, let's say just to complicate this some more. So now one brother uploaded a contact list. Okay, so now he's on Telegram. Now the next brother, I have three brothers. So all three brothers then upload their contact lists. So now think about all the people they know and the people they know in common. The people they know in common are called intersections. Okay, so now there'll be intersections of people, and they say, oh, these are connected to both of them. Okay, and then obviously they're going to scan people with the same name, and they're going to say last name, and they're going to say, oh, these are all related, folks. These are all, thank you, Retta. These are all related. These are all related. So then you go into another brother, and that's all related. Now I, maybe I have a associate somewhere in business. Maybe I have an associate in business somewhere and happens to know my brother. Then what will happen now is that person now will have his contact list integrated with a totally different intersection. So it will, the only intersection may be me and my brother, and then brings a whole lot of other people in there. A new set. And so you have this massive relationship thing showing who's connected to who. This is called a relationship map. This is heavily used, by the way, by three-letter agencies. Yes, Red. I saw that post on Twitter because I follow you. I follow you on Twitter, Retta. So I did see that post on Twitter. See, just to show you. So in between your political posts, I saw the dog post. Yes, I'm sorry to hear about that, Retta. I'm sorry to hear about that. So they find criminals the same way. Yes. And the problem is, are you a criminal, Ben? Do you feel like you're a criminal? Is there a need for anyone to develop a complex relationship map of everyone in the United States? No, of course not, Tinker. I do not watch that. So do you think I would watch the, do you think, a relationship map kept by the three-letter agencies, which connects everyone in the entire world through a relationship map, wouldn't that be an interesting thing to have? Well, a company is very good. In fact, it's one of the analysis of the company and what they do. It's called Palantir Technologies. Palantir Technologies. So Palantir Technologies, which is run by and mainly owned by Peter Thiel, is focused on weaponizing data. You got to understand what that means. What does that mean to weaponize data? What does that mean to weaponize data? So weaponized data is when yes, Palantir Technologies. So what they do is they use the data for mercenary purposes. For example, yes, they can use it to find terrorists, but they also can say who's connected to Retta Moore, who's with Resist. Can we find out all the people connected to Retta, with the Resist movement? So we'd like to track and see if any one of their extremists in there will isolate the extremists that Retta knows, and then track them separately so we can do surveillance. Surveillance. It doesn't matter, Retta. You be in the Resist movement. Why is that a bad thing? That's you be in whatever you need to be. I'm not telling you not to be in anything. Okay? I'm just using you as an example because you happen to be here. If for somebody else, I use a different example. Okay? So the thing is that it is easily identifiable through two ways. That you should do that more, Retta, because that's called disinformation. Okay? Look, make the bot say the Resist movement and you say MAGA. There you go. But the theme in my scope is not MAGA. Where's my Mappa hat? I don't have a Mappa hat, but I'm gonna have to get a Mappa hat. Okay. What is with the people who are too Mappa hat? You know what Mappa means? Not MAGA. This is the Mappa scope. This is not the MAGA scope. Make Brax great again? No, that is MBGA. No, Mappa. Mappa is make America private again. Make America private again. Mappa. Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching YouTube. You know, go to YouTube, guys. We only have 11, 12 of you on YouTube. So, okay, so you can see how something so simple as a contact list uploaded by my brother turned into a whole relationship map. Which is, it doesn't matter, Retta. You know, YouTube is not a joke if it can make me famous. Okay? It doesn't matter what you think or what I think. Okay? Mappa Valley makes great wines. You're gonna get lost in Mappa Valley. So anyway, you have opinions. Yeah, so I have opinions. So I put opinions on YouTube. They're not going to go cut out my opinions because, you know, as long as it stays within the advertiser profile, they're not going to fucking care. Fortunately, I don't fall into a category they're going to wipe out over YouTube. They will. They can. If you talk political over there, they'll wipe you out of the map, so to speak, on YouTube, which is crazy. But anyway, we're not going to worry about that. So YouTube is the platform I'm trying to build here because Periscope zucked me. I got zucked by Periscope and I got to fight back or I will lose out. Okay, so that's important here. Okay, Periscope, their map. This is a tracking. This is a tracing bad good. Was it my location? I want to make, you are so confusing with you need to like slow down and change your name to be shorter because I can't even distinguish what you're saying versus, you know, what says I want to screen. How did Periscope zuck me? Periscope zucked me because I have 32,000 followers on Periscope that I worked for 4 years to build. Thank you, Retta. Thank you, Retta. I'm not political, Retta. I am not political. Everyone is welcome here. I don't distinguish between political parties. I'm in general. I'm open-minded to everyone. Okay. Now, I don't care. I welcome everyone. Good. Well, so do I. I welcome everyone too. So anyway, so I forgot what I was saying, but I got your political right here. What does that mean? How did something as benign as saying I want to upload my friends on Telegram turn into something that is now a weapon used by companies like Palantir Technologies? And let me tell you one of the uses they put this relationship map to. Combined with other data, because there's other ways to verify a relationship. One of the ways to verify a relationship is to see if you have common locations. I don't know if you know this in the news. This was in the news just a few days ago. Just a few days ago. Fresh from the press. Not Reddamore's press at NBC, but my press. Okay? Fresh from the press. And the new term now is called, what is it? Reverse location warrant. Reverse location warrant. And this is a technique used by the police now to say, okay, find all the people that were at this protest. Find all the people that were at the Trump building. Find all the people that were at the Women's March. Find all the people that were in this building. Find all the people that were in the area at this time. And they can now do that because Apple and Google have a location with a timestamp that tells you if there's an intersection of locations. This is a very easy thing for them to do. So they can now find you with an intersection of locations. So combine this with relationship maps from contact lists, and you got a very clear connection between people. Because if you have a relationship map confirmed with a location database, then you have a strong connection. What do you mean they aren't doing that? They are doing it. I just told you, Kelp. Did you read the Zucking News? Why do you disagree with me, Kelp? Without any logic. I just told you it wasn't the news. They are doing reverse search, reverse location warrants. That was in the news. Suck. Like disagreeing with me for no reason. I just told you it's in the news. I didn't make it up. I read the news and it said, yes, the police are asking Google and Apple for reverse location warrants. At least they're asking with a warrant rather than just stealing the data. What do we do with them? So now that with a reverse location warrant on who? Well, I have no idea. I'm sure it's sealed. John, hello, John Leger is here. How are you doing, John? So reverse location warrants. I wonder if they ask T-Mobile for reverse location warrants. Usually they'll ask Apple and Google for that. Okay. Do you ever get that, John? Does your company ever get a request for a reverse location warrant from police? Does T-Mobile ever get that reverse location warrants, or they go mostly to Apple and Google? The data that I have on the article that I read said it's Apple and Google. I don't know if it, obviously obviously your carrier will have a location too, but it's not as accurate as the one from Apple and Google. The one from Apple and Google will find you within 6 zucking feet. Okay, 6 zucking feet. So I just want to make sure you know that. Okay. So now with a cross connection between the cross between a location database precise to 6 feet with a timestamp, intersection of people, and then combine that with a relationship map from contact list, you are zucked. I'm telling you, you are zucked. And I'm not even talking about browser fingerprinting yet. That'll come later, but it's already zucking bad. Because these 2 data points that I just told you about, there's no way to evade it. How do we evade it? How do we evade that? Okay? I don't really have an idea how to evade it other than to leave your phone at home and never upload a contact list and never have an email or use a device that your family can contact you with. Well, that's pretty much impossible. Go native. In today's world, that's impossible. So basically, they fucking gotcha. They gotcha. Okay. So just to, John Leger was just here. I don't know if he's still here, but just think of Jeff Bezos. Okay. He doesn't care about the fact that he's using an iPhone, and the iPhone knows everywhere he's been. So in theory, the iPhone can track, Apple can track all of his appointments throughout, the year or years and see everywhere he's been and track that on the phone. And obviously the police can go in there and say, I want a warrant, I want to see that. Okay? And in the case of Jeff Bezos, the relationship map may not be so significant because he probably has a relationship map with everyone in the world. Hello, Omar is zucking back. Loving Zuckbook again. Zuckbook lover Omar is here. So how come you're up so early, Omar? Don't you, isn't this too early for you? It's like early morning. Don't you have to go work or something? Or go to school? So anyway, it's really, really deadly when you think about the fact that here's a piece of data that is collected in a benign way and it's put to use in an evil way. I've always been worried about contactless. In fact, just to to make this point more plain, I actually removed at the very beginning of Brax Me. I actually allowed the upload of contactless. Hello, Cesar Gore. I allowed the uploading of contactless, and then I saw what was in the contact list. Fortunately, Brax doesn't sell contactless, so I looked at the contact list and I said, "OMG, I know everyone they know." You don't have to identify yourself on Brax and Me. If that's the case, because all I have to do is look at all your contacts and I can see roughly from there who you are. I can find everyone on the list on Facebook, find a connection with you and say, oh yeah, you may be using a fake name, but I know who you are. So that was so disgusting, I deleted that. I deleted it from Brax. Back to Barcelona, where I'm studying. Oh, you're studying in Spain. Okay, how long of a trip is it from Morocco to Barcelona? How long of a trip is that? See, here in the U.S., we travel far distances, all the time. But I guess going around in Europe, yes. Hold on, I just can't track everyone. Too many comments here. Yes, I'm looking at all the YouTube comments and just can't react to everything at the same time here. But mostly it's what I want to make is making the comments. Those who don't know don't sleep. Pizza, what? Yeah, mostly the comments are for I want to make, and I'm not sure I understand what I want to make is saying. I want to make, I don't understand what you're saying here because you're like broken typing here. YouTube can't see scope comments. That's correct. 2-hour flight. Or you fly. What the zuck is going on here? I'm packing. Well, I'm packing. Casablanca to Barcelona. I'm packing. Speaking of pizza, check out the 8chan boards research. I don't know what that means. Speaking of pizza, check out. Yeah, I was looking at that. I don't understand what does that mean. Speaking of pizza, check out the 8chan boards. What is a pizza check out at the 8chan boards? Is that the Pizzagate thing? What does that mean? I'm not to think that maybe the cops aren't that bad a concept, and our civic conscience should include aiding them to maintain function and peace. If they have a warrant, I don't have a problem with that, Kelp. Did I say I have a problem with them getting a reverse location warrant? Did I say anything? However, now, this is a cult, Levendi. Cult. Quit resisting. So this is 8chan appears to be deep state talking to whom? Appears to be deep state talking to whom? Karen, I don't know. I don't follow like Q and QAnon and all that. I don't follow any of that. Did they have warrants? Yes. Did I not say, Kel, please listen. I said reverse location warrant. Did I not use the word warrant? I said it's good. They're asking for a warrant. It's not a problem. You hate bullets or bullies? You hate bullets? Why do you hate bullets? There are no bullets here. Okay, you don't hate the gun, you just hate the bullet. Okay, this is a cult. This is a cult. Okay, there. I'll see all the cult markings on there if you want to see. There's all the cult markings on there. Right? There are all the cult markings. Okay? But the reality is, this is a replica. This is not real. Okay? This is not real. It's a replica. Feels pretty real though, and it has parts like a real one. I just realized how deep your voice is. You vibrated my papers of my monitor speakers. Mach 1911. Yes, it is a Mach 1911. Yes, Rob Bond. Colt 45 malt liquor, except no substitute. Whatever, sure. Got me. Okay, it is a toy. Yes, it's not real. So don't go, we're going to go report you. Well, Duty Ron on YouTube said he shows his gun all the time. He has a real gun that he shows on his broadcast. And as long as it's not used for any evil purpose or anything like that, or telling people to use it for any purpose, then they don't have any problem with that. And certainly this is a toy. This is just a prop. This is not real. However, it looks real. It's my prop for trolls. Okay? Like if I say, duck you, mother ducker, then I can do that. But, you know, proper hold the weapon properly, even though it's a toy. See? Hold it properly with safety on. Safety on. There. And it's in California. It's like an implied crime showing that thing. No. No, Kelp. It's not an implied crime. You are allowed to have a weapon in your house in California. Real enough for you to get shot by the police. Exactly, Angel. So I will not. Welcome to the show, Leaf Wisdom. Which is why I will not take it outside of the house. It's simply used for a. It is my prop. This McAfee wears it all the time. Oh, you should see his weapons. He has a lot of them. He goes to the can with a weapon, but cannot shoot inside house. I can shoot a toy inside the house if I want. Gun in the house is no good when the crimes happen outside the house. That's true, Kelp. That is true. You can't be safe everywhere, so you got to be careful where you go. Okay? You don't show your gun anymore. I just showed my toy gun. Rob uses it for internet security. Exactly, Leroy. I use it for internet security. Okay? So I see some new people in here. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube account. It is a toy. Life in Detroit. I don't show any real weapons on my broadcasts because Redmore might get upset. It may be part of his resist movement, you know, gun control. So gun control of toys. Well, I don't want to offend, you know. Hi, A519. The piano is an arsenal. Okay. Hello, Jan Beck. I keep a real 40 cal on me all the time. Well, we're not allowed to keep it all the time, Jan Beck. We're only allowed to keep it on the time in your house. We're not allowed to keep it all the time outside of your house. So suffice it to say that I can protect myself. So in the house. Will you do Reddit for Dummies on YouTube? Will you do Reddit for Dummies on YouTube? No. So what is it really? It's its own house. Can do whatever you zucking wishes. The left would freak out if you pointed a straw. What do you stream differently on YouTube? I do not stream differently on YouTube. One step beyond. I have videos on YouTube. You have sharp swords. I have videos. Hello, Nerdy Gal, my friend. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, does the gun have USB 2 or 3? I believe it has CO2. It's a new connection. It's called CO2. Okay. Nerdy Gal, my friend. More comments, more comments. Thank you for your interesting scopes. A519, please subscribe to my YouTube account where I have videos, including what I'm talking about right now. It's about zucking contact lists that are being used to be weaponized. I like how the geek screen chops raw. Yes, look. Boom, boom, boom. Chops it off. Thank you, A519. Subscribe, beaches. I'm finishing up my MBA. I will start with computer science so I can start my own Zuck book. Don't start a Zuck book. Don't bring out your Yagi dongle. They'll lose their mind. Yes. So, anyway, have been busy, but I'm sharing and we're watching as a fam. As a fam? The whole fam is watching me say Zuck? My gosh. Rules from other YouTubers. Problem also with the archive something. The Zuck I want to make. I like type slowly so we can understand what you're saying. You're like Nerdy Gal. You're having your son listen to me say Zuck. Is that good? He needs to know about How he's gonna be zucked when he gets older? The fuzz will never find the handgun in the secret hiding spot. Rob is grandson of Bruce Lee. Drunk? Who's zucking drunk? Are you drunk, Sir Calb? Anyway, something as simple. Back to the topic here. We're getting to flat Earth. Most censored topic at YouTube is flat Earth. Of course, he hears me say F. Is there a good version of Zuckbook? Yes, Brax.me. I enjoy the squad as well. Join us on Brax.me too. All info is on Rob's YouTube. Yes, my YouTube has videos of topics in shortened form and very precise and kind of a reference. So it's like an encyclopedia. The Diane Johnson answer you. Did I miss a comment from you, Diane Johnson? Did I miss a comment from you? Did you you don't join Waxman anymore? Why? Are you a Ron Waxman are you a Ron Waxman clone account? Answer me. No, I'm not. I'm too busy or too tired at the hour that Ron scopes. So it's very, very hard. So often I will watch a replay. And I do watch a replay. But it's very, very hard to right after my scope to go to his is very, very hard scheduling wise. Because then I'll never sleep. So anyway, back to what I'm talking about. Back to what I'm talking about. Hello, we can. So back to what I'm talking about. So New Zealanders talk about flat Earth mega.nz. You would guess that if you came from New Zealand, you would maybe from an airplane see that it doesn't look flat. Somebody has suggested that I promote my YouTube to conspiracy theorists because people think that what I talk about is a conspiracy theory. But unfortunately, I do not talk about conspiracy theories. Everything I talk about is real. So I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. Everything I talk about is proven fact or a good guess that is often proven correct. So everything I've made a guess on here on my broadcast in the last 4 years has been correct. So I make a guess about something and based on clues that I find, and sure enough, contactless were a guess I had. I said, how are contactless going to be used? This could be deadly because this can be used to connect people with a relationship map. Yes, I know Kim.com. You give us the nuts and bolts behind the buttons. I pull my pants off. My moon isn't flat. You give us a... Yeah. I look back in time and I say, this is so many years ago now when I pulled contactless from Brax.me because I said, this is a very dangerous piece of information. Contactless is a very bad piece of information. I took it out of Brax, took it out of, the rights. It doesn't ask you permission to go to the contactless anymore. And I made sure that none of my apps ever asked for contactless. This is a very dangerous thing. I told you, when I first made the app, I started looking at the contact lists that are shown on there, and I said, what the zuck? I mean, I know a lot of things going on in here. Okay, here's the other thing that I'm going to tell you. Some of you are believing that somehow you will be protected by Proton Mail. Some of you, all my follow me, my number is growing from Periscope. Can't see my follow, only I don't like it with the I do with this. It's hard to understand what you're saying there, buddy. I want to make. Can somebody translate? It's still hard to understand. What was I talking about? So some of you trust Proton Mail. So you know that I tell you how evil email is. And so you said, Proton Mail is a solution, you'll be safe. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I made my own version of Proton Mail many, many years back. It's quite a while ago. I think I did it in 2013. So I actually wrote a equivalent to Proton Mail. Same thing, encryption. I did the same thing. Okay? and then I used it. So I used it myself, and everyone in my office used it. I didn't really publicize it, so very few people used it, except for people in the office, and a few friends that used it. Okay, so a few friends and our office. And the problem, folks, is that you can't encrypt incoming mail from, you know, external sources that are not encrypted if they're not from inside your app. Plus, the headers that does not get encrypted, so you know who's talking to whom. So then I looked at the data from what is collected on the emails, and my goodness, I can see all of the emails that have nothing to do with Proton Mail, meaning somebody sending it to you from Gmail or something else. You can see all that. That's not encrypted. So in this case, they were sending it to Brax Mail, and they were sending it from different sources like Gmail, and you can read it obviously because it's not encrypted. The email within Brax is encrypted, yes, but the headers cannot be encrypted. So then the contact list started to grow from the email, because everyone you email, the contact list has to grow inside the app so that it can remember, you know, it's convenient. It remembers the name of the person you're trying to talk to. You use Yahoo Mail, and that I just told you email is bad. I don't think you ever watched my video. I used you used Proton Mail. I'm gonna tell you right now that I dumped my email product. Because I said, what does that, you know, kind of information is being collected here? Okay, I want to make. Maybe you should go to Brax and explain what you're saying in you know, slowly typed English, because I can't understand much of what you're saying. Ruskies hacked Yahoo Mail big time. So anyway, since I myself started a Proton Mail type of system, I looked at that and I said, this is bad. I can't recommend this to anyone. I mean, you know, I'll be lying to you if I say that, you know, I'm you know, not collecting anything. First of all, the email was building a contact list. So without even uploading a contact list, it was creating one just simply from, to and from and to, and BCC and all that. It was building a contact list from that. And the contact list often had the real name and the email address. So it became even more of a big problem. And I said, this is really the problem with these platforms. They're really not safe for you. Can you imagine, like I said at the beginning, at the beginning of my broadcast, I told you that I use Telegram, and somebody here from Anonymous came in here and said, we need to talk to each other on Telegram, because Telegram is, forget about Proton Mail. Forget it. Not good for you. Any email is not good for you. Okay, so anyway, barf. So I, again, from the beginning of my broadcast, I said I'm going to use Telegram, which is supposed to be a secure app. Same with WhatsApp, owned by Zuck. Okay, and you have the feeling that you're using these apps and somehow it's going to protect you. How does it protect you when the first thing it makes is a relationship map? So now it knows everyone you're talking to. How does going to WhatsApp with a contact list going to protect you when all of your identities, whatever identity you use on WhatsApp, is now passed on to Facebook? So whatever identity you use on WhatsApp, they know what your real Facebook account is. So they want to build trust and say, hey, you know, these are independent products. You can use WhatsApp, you can use Facebook, you can use Instagram, even though they're all owned by the same company, Facebook. And they're all linked with metadata connecting one to the other, so you're actually completely zucked. And one of the ways that to ensure that you're all connected is a contact list. Seriously, folks. It's so bad. And the problem is how do you protect yourself from a contact list? You're not going to be protected on Proton Mail. I just said that, hey. My gosh, you got to watch my videos and really listen to it. You want to use an antivirus, you want to use an email, and I'm trying to tell you why it's not good. Okay, I don't really care if you use Gmail. As long as you don't use any real name in it, it'll be fine. Okay? It's actually good to segregate your activities by multiple Gmail accounts that are not connected to each other. Of course, Gmail will know who you are. Yes, but separate your life. You know, don't mix business email with personal email, with social media email. Have different uses for email. Okay, that's very, very important to understand. It's of course it's a big deal, Kelp. I don't know. Kelp is just get a Gowley series about tribunals. Sucking ZI got shived up. What? Think about what I'm talking about. So split your email into work, personal, and social media. If you have several social media and you want to split them out, have several social media email addresses. Use Gmail for the ones you want to have pseudo identities on. Use Gmail for that. Somebody said, I'm not going to use Gmail because it's Google. No, good idea. It's even better if you use one Gmail, one Outlook, one Yahoo, you know, spread them out. Spread them out, you know, for social media. Don't stick them all on Gmail because Gmail tracks all Gmail. They track it with IP addresses. Zucking Bank insists on sending emails. Well, use your real name on that, hey? Use your real name email, the one you use for work, that's for the bank, because they're going to find you anyway. This requires some thinking, guys. Robin Dome, fans of Brack's Army Internet Privacy. Telegram is canceled and now is new written from scratch from version 5 and it uses AWS. It's not secure anymore. Telegram is canceled. Well, I've never thought it was secure even before when that guy from Anonymous came in here, because I already knew that encryption wasn't really being encrypted. Okay, but I run on AWS too, but I run encrypted on AWS. So AWS can't scan my data because I keep it in encrypted form on AWS servers. My encryption is independent of yeah, there's a program for that, Tony. BeachBlit. Ask Hillary. She knows. Tony, ask Hillary. She knows what to use to clean the drive. BeachBlit. BleachBit. What is it? BeachBlit. There's some other utilities. You can use Windows too. Windows can do a fresh clean and it writes zeros on the file. And then there's some other products that will write random numbers on them. Okay? BleachBit. Hammers. Well, if you want to reuse it, then you have to use some software. And the other thing that you may not know is SSD drives. You can't do BleachBit. No, that doesn't work. Great Cold. Oh my gosh. Great Cold. No, that is not correct instruction. Mac doesn't do what Windows can do. No, you can do the same on any one of these platforms. Okay, but no, I'm not so concerned about hard drives. I don't have anything to hide in my hard drives. But I want it to be immune from external attack. Deband to override. There's many products out there that you can use. And what you want to do is one that goes and writes zeros or ones or random numbers in each spot. And that's not going to happen with a format. Format is only affects the, it's called the master boot record, or MBR. Okay? Deband to override hard drive. Yeah, so you got to write directly into drive. Unfortunately, many products do not write over SSD. They do not write on SSD. So you have to make sure that they can actually, most of the time, the only people that can write on SSD are the manufacturers of the SSD. So if you want to overwrite your SSD, you may have to get the software from the SSD maker. Just so you know, I'm not the hardware guy, but you know, I know enough about that to know that. Okay, SSDs don't respond to bleach bit or any of that. You need to go to the maker of the SSD if you want to erase that kind of data. Okay, so and it has to do with the fact it's a SSDs, solid state drives have a completely different logic. There's only so many writes you can put in a spot. So the logic is made so that you don't overwrite the same spot. You don't use the same spot if you can avoid it. So it evenly spreads it out. Hardware for erase virus, erase hard drive. Okay, so back to and there's tools to see if, you know, after you use tool to erase, you can see if you can still find some files on there. There's some tools for that as well. Okay, so you can if you ever get into that. But if you destroy your hard drive with a format command, like Great Gold says, let's say you accidentally format a drive, you can actually recover most of that. You can recover most of that. Okay, so most of that is not hidden very well. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about with contactless. So anyone, here's the problem with contactless, that showing bleach bit. It's what beach split. Bleach bit is the one that Hillary used on her servers. The one they used to wipe out their servers so that they don't get caught by the FBI. Bleach bit. Okay? Beach bitch. So the here's the danger of the contactless that is so evil in my mind. Okay? Here's a you know, the evil in my mind about contactless, because you can't really control it. Again, in my case, I was zucked by my brother. I was zucked by my brother. So if I'm zucked by my brother, it means that anyone you know can zuck you. So I've told you the story. I'll repeat it again. I've told you the story, but I'll repeat it again. I made a fake Facebook account. By the way, Facebook deleted my fake account. So Facebook deleted my fake account. Yes, zucked by my brother. Facebook deleted my fake account, by the way, the one I'm going to use in my example here. And did iSocialFit delete my Facebook account? Or was it deleted because I didn't give a phone number? I wonder. I wonder which. Because iSocialFit said, yes, you have two Facebook accounts, he said. And I went to those two Facebook accounts and they're both deleted. So did iSocialFit do that? They were empty. Both accounts were empty. Or was that an automated run because I didn't supply a phone number? I don't know. Schism. So make sure, Moose Run, hello. What is a fake account? A fake account is an account that I use with no real data on it. I used it on Periscope. I used it to do a demo. I never get it and am not deleted. My Facebook was so fake. So I didn't have any followers on it, no posts, no nothing, and they deleted the account. 2 of them. Okay, so all of you here, please follow me, subscribe to my YouTube account where I have the videos of what I'm talking about right now. It's in my YouTube account, Rob Braxman Tech. Please subscribe to my YouTube account right there so you get to get the videos. On YouTube, use name taken on YouTube. Not just on Periscope, but on YouTube. Because I have videos there. You just got that shut down for a second. Ho la la. So please subscribe to my YouTube account. Can you help me retrieve MySpace account? Forgot the password. MySpace does not ever delete, so your account's still there. I have been unsuccessful in deleting anything from MySpace. So accounts that I've tried to delete for years, decades, it doesn't say YouTube subscribe. What does it say? It says subscribe. So now what it says? Subscribe. Thank you, Moose Run. If you did subscribe, make sure you subscribe, my friend. Make sure you subscribe. Anyway, yeah, get on early here. They probably thought I was trying to, subscribe. Okay, so back to what I'm talking about. Subscribe to my YouTube account. So I was so concerned. About the fact that back to my Facebook account. I was using my Facebook. Yes, MySpace still exists. Yes, my brother and I still speak. But I don't talk to him on Telegram or any other platform. If he doesn't talk to me on Brax.me, I don't talk to him. He's only allowed to talk to me on Brax.me. Otherwise, I don't talk to him. Okay? So he's physically far away, so he has to talk to me on Brax.me, or that's it. Not going to talk to him on Zucking Zuckbook, which is his favorite. Okay. When I set up my testing, it's a testing Facebook account. I use it only for testing. You see, in prison, no. I use it only for testing, and I actually use it for Periscope. I did a broadcast showing how Facebook can actually find your location even with the Tor browser on, with a VPN, and so on. And I proved that. I'm here and didn't get Zuck. Hello, Chad Lynn. And so anyway, I set up this account, and it's used for testing. And again, I used it to prove a point about location, which was proven. And I kind of left it alone, and I use it, for checking people out on Facebook. That's about mostly what I use it for. And I went in there, and I always check the contact list. To make sure that the people listed on there are, not people I know, because that's my clue that it's spotting me. So after a few months ago, I went in there, and it actually pointed out people I actually knew. It actually showed people I knew. So I said, what the fuck? I mean, how did it know the people that I actually know in real life? And fortunately, they're not like, close people, but I knew who they were. I mean, I knew them by name. Okay, they're not like buddies. We're not going to go hang out on the weekend, but they are people I know. So that kind of worried me, and I was trying to figure out how Facebook could have gotten that list. And obviously, it got in there because I misused an email address, and the email address got shared with somebody who uploaded their Zucking contact list on Facebook, which shows you kind of the evil of this. It shows you the evil of this. Once you upload the data once someone uploads the data onto a platform, whether it be Telegram or whether it be Facebook or WhatsApp or Instagram, you keep missing my greeting to you, to seek for Rob. How are you doing, my friend? Because I was like looking at the camera. Sorry. I'm trying to make a connection with viewers by looking at the camera, but it's hard with live streaming because you're looking at the content here. Okay, it's hard to do. So you can see that something like a contact list is impossible to stop because the source of the contact list is not you. You may not be uploading anything. It's not you doing the upload. It's everyone else. Sail the boat up for the weekend after the show, after the thaw. There's no need to thaw. Write kelp in the comment. We don't have any. The ocean is quite wide open, Karen. You can sail right now. My stupid friends on LinkedIn. Somebody just told me here a moment ago, oh, I'm sharing your broadcast today on LinkedIn. And it's like, oh, God, good. I always like to say hi. Hey, Rob, good to see you, my friend. Good to hang out, my buddy. Hang out. Make sure you're watching on YouTube as well. Make sure you're watching YouTube. So you can see that something as simple as a contact list merged with location data. I'm headed to the kitchen, but I'm gonna leave you on till I return. You leave me on YouTube, not here. So not on Periscope. There's literally no way to encrypt the email. No, JM. If you encrypted the email headers, the email is not going to forward. That's the way it forwards. It likes the IP address on there and all the logs, and it actually is used that also. They use that to track spam. Okay? They use that to track spam. Port Credit has the best harbor. Are you in on the east or west coast of Canada, Karen? I thought you were in the middle. I can't tell if the room is a green screen. It is a green screen, Moose Run. If you can't tell it's a green screen, that's awesome. Yes, it's better to watch me on YouTube for me. It's really much better. The quality is also higher on YouTube. What's the difference? I'm not loading up the tube when the scope is already up. Sorry, Drought, but it gives me watch hours when you're trying to get people on YouTube. They now I can't tell. Contactless and photos pinpoint your ass to the wall. Yes. So think about just how deadly the world is now. You go to YouTube, you upload a video, you upload a photo, and what's in the photo on what's in every photo you upload to Facebook, guys? What's in every photo you upload to Instagram? What's in every photo you upload to WhatsApp? What's in every photo you upload to Snapchat? What's in every photo? EXIF data, EXIF, which is metadata, which has your location. Yes. No, I'm not monetized yet. No. So your EXIF or EXIF data is part of that, which reveals the serial number of your device. So they can find your device even by serial number, even not by location. They can identify you as saying, yeah, that was the device used. It was this particular iPhone with this serial number. Okay, that's on the EXIF data. It also shows the exact location within 6 docking feet. Okay, including elevation. So they know what floor of the building you're on. They know all that. Okay, so you look at that and you say, okay, that's pretty bad that they have that. No, iPhone EXIF is turned on. No, hey, where did you get that? Where did you get that? Of course, it's always on. Facebook makes sure you put in EXIF data in there. So Facebook captures the EXIF data, which is how it finds out. Hey, that's how Facebook says, oh yeah, you were in this city, you were in New York, you were in Los Angeles, you were in Atlanta. And how does Facebook know that? It takes it from the EXIF data. So, but the problem is you combine the EXIF data, with location, which is the location. Combine that with your contact list and the contact list of everyone else. Combine it with what I talked to you about, reverse location lookup or reverse location warrants, which means they will know who was at your house on Thanksgiving. They know that. They can isolate your house and say, okay, show me all the people and their Google account numbers and their Apple IDs who were at your house on Thanksgiving. And then connect that to relationship maps and then update the contact list and say, oh yeah, these are connected a little bit closer because they were there during the holidays. Okay? I mean, you look at that and you say, well, who cares? That's not important. And it's like, you sucking fools. For those of you who think that's not important, you are really sucked up because you have no idea how data is used. You think I'm a sucking conspiracy theorist? All you have to do is be a data mining expert, and you can see from that data, you can say, what can you derive from that data? My gosh, you can manipulate the stock market. You can manipulate opinions. You can manipulate votes. from this kind of information. You can profile people, know what they believe in, know how you can convince them, know what will trigger them. You see messages just as good here on YouTube as Periscope? Yeah. Of course, I not only do we see it on the screen, I have it on here. I'm watching you. These are YouTube comments on here. These are Periscope comments. So there. Periscope comments, YouTube comments. YouTube are also doubled up on screen. So I see YouTube twice. Okay. Why is Kelp on YouTube? Hello, friend, family, and those staring at me. Kelp moved over. Kelp, it's actually good if you're on YouTube. You know why? Because since you're always arguing with me, people on YouTube are confused who this Kelp guy is, so they want to see your comments. So yeah, go on YouTube and put and what massage parlor they patronize. Okay, it's worse. Okay, worse. Because the next part of the equation that I haven't talked about is called browser fingerprinting. So now you have to think about everything I talk about in context. Okay. You have to think about everything I talk about in context. It's not one piece of data. It's a collection. And what does the collection of data do to you? What happens when they have data from multiple sources? Okay, so the other data they have, aside from the fact they can spot your location, who your friends are, and what each friend does, and what their beliefs are, and family members, and where they go to the movies, and what school they go to, and where they work, and all that, how much money they have, and they know all that. They know all your friends. They know who you relate to. They know if you're rich, and then you're related to somebody poor who might blackmail you someday. They got all that. Okay, so what else do they have? Well, the thing is, browser fingerprinting is pretty deadly. Now, what does browser fingerprinting do? You have different names everywhere. Yes, that's why I don't know who you are, unknown person. Now I can yell at Kelp on YouTube too. Yes. Okay, so what is browser fingerprinting? I explained what browser fingerprinting is on my YouTube video. But what browser fingerprinting does, and this is why it's so extremely deadly, folks, is because browser fingerprinting can track your device over the internet without knowing. Oh, that's Rob. It can track this particular device. It can track this particular phone or a computer and say, I have seen that device before, and that device was seen on this porn site. That device was also seen on Amazon. That device was also seen on Facebook. And then Facebook says, oh, since I'm the one doing the browser fingerprinting, this is Facebook saying this, I now know all the websites you visited. Thought. So Facebook, because of the browser fingerprint thing, allows them to actually track you outside of it allows you to track the device outside of the app. So Facebook is very deadly because there are two companies that are heavily into browser fingerprinting. The two companies that are very, very big on browser fingerprinting are Facebook and Google. YouTube is not doing browser fingerprinting itself. The one doing the browser fingerprinting is Google Ads. So Google Ads combined with Facebook are the two evils of browser fingerprinting. No, Amazon is not a no, that's not what Amazon does. Let me guess, you don't use Google. No, I do use Google. I don't fucking use Facebook. Eric, how are you doing, Eric? How's Firefox? It doesn't. What does that question mean? Are you implying that somehow one browser is better? Somebody actually came to me and said, "Can I use Brave? Can I use Safari? I don't want to use Chrome. It's evil because it's owned by Google." So you said it's better for you. Yes. Oh, thank you. So it must be richly. Okay. Said you better for you to have me watching. So I did. Thank you, unknown person. Okay. He said it's better for you to have me watch on YouTube, so I did. Okay, so okay, Rob. Use Startpage. Startpage is fine, but Startpage is not a browser. Okay, so which one do you use? Startpage is not a browser. Startpage is a search engine. Because the advertising, there's a profile on you. Yes. Amazon gets information about you from external sources. Yes. So in answer to the question, what browser you should use, the only browser you should never use is Opera. Okay, the only browser you should never use is Opera. Now, why? Why not Opera? Because Opera is Chinese. Okay, so if you want the Chinese government to include you in the giant firewall with their built-in VPN, which is not a VPN, it's a proxy server, then go use Opera so that the Chinese can spy on your activities. Okay, so aside from that, that's the only rule. That's the only rule I'm going to say is DuckDuckGo is not a browser. So the only thing I will tell you right now is which browser you can use. Why are we talking about search engines? We're not talking about search engines. We're talking about browsers. Okay, there is no. There are free VPNs. There are no safe free VPN. All free VPNs are actually. Braxme is not a browser. No, obviously not. Braxme is an app. Okay, money is not our source. Is not our source. How will we overcome system lies? If Periscope ever gives out Oscars, you should win one. No one would ever. I'm never nominated for top Periscoper in here because my scopes are not about being social and all that. That's not what I taught. You know, people don't come to my scope to feel good. I kind of scare you. So I'm the scary guy. So nobody likes my scopes. I may be popular on Periscope, but the reality is, they watch me to get scared. So is Zuck interested in information on people who are not on Facebook? Yes, Maui. That's why they're collecting health information on people who are not on Facebook. You're like a doctor. You just can't help it. And I'm back. Okay, Drought's back. Okay. Have you ever written a browser before? Not a browser directly, JM, but like portions of it, yes. Yes, JM, I've written, in the early times of the internet, small interfaces that were browser-like, yes. So it's, but browsers have gotten a little complex now. So, because who are all these? Keep repeating my comments. It scares people. Anyway, so back to the browser fingerprint issue. So browser fingerprint is a little bit difficult because it means that they're tracking your activities on the internet, even if you hide your IP address, even if you turn off location, they can actually spot the device. Okay, so where it's deadly, if you are not on Facebook and you have a VPN and you turn off location, the browser fingerprint will not know who you are. Okay, so it's bad, but it doesn't identify who you are. Okay, but when you have Facebook, this is what happens. I want to make sure you understand this. Okay, when you have Facebook, this is what happens. So you have a Facebook account with your real name on it, right? With your real email, real name, and all that. Okay. And then you go to a porn site, and now the browser fingerprint said, "Oh yeah, that's you. We saw you in this porn site." Okay. Noted. You went to Amazon.com. Noted. You went to Snapchat. Noted. You went to Periscope. Noted. You went to this particular website on Resist. Noted. You went to this mega website. Noted. You went to Reddit. Noted. You used this account. Noted. All that's noted. So now there's a history now of a device. They said this device called ABC123. They don't know who it is. ABC123. How? It's impossible, Rob. That's not possible. If you use Facebook, you're identified. Okay. So there's now an ID that says this device, which is A123, is now known to have visited these websites. This device is known to have visited a website, and they store a little cookie. They store a little cookie in there that says, okay, this device is now A123, and now in the database we know that A123 has visited all these websites. Then you zucking go to Facebook. What happens now? Facebook then says, oh yeah, that's the same device, A123. Oh, we have a record of what A123 has been doing. A123 has been spotted on the internet going to all those websites I just mentioned. Zucked. Pull all that in, put that into the Facebook database, and you have now officially been zucked. It's, yes, of course, Cal, yes. Browser fingerprinting is device fingerprinting. It works on all platforms. It's pretty hard to avoid. Okay? Terminator 1 was lowered into liquid metal. Can I destroy my hard drive the same way? Isn't that Aliens? Do we have the, you know, wasn't it Aliens when they did that? Walmart pharmacy was nosy about why I was taking a drug. How long ago I saw a duck? It said, Zuck, yes. They're going to have about 1,000 names to pin my pages, but I see your point. Do you really see my point, Kelp? You've just revealed to Facebook your unique profile and what you really believe in, because they know you visited all these sites, all of your law enforcement websites, and they said, oh, Kelp likes to go to all these law enforcement websites because he's in law enforcement. Sucked. Of course, they already know that because they're tracking your location and your photos from Facebook, where you were holding the shoulders of your buddies in the three-letter agency, and they can see that, and they say, "Oh yeah, okay." So they already have that anyway. Plus the relationship maps, that whatever name you have on Facebook, which has your email address on it. And here's the thing: some of you say, "Well, I never use my real name on Facebook." Is that so? Is that so? Now let me ask you, how does your Facebook not have a real name? How? How does your Facebook not have a real name? As you know, Facebook requires a real name. How does your Facebook not have a real name? And some of you will say this: "Oh, I changed my name. I changed my name." Drought. That's what I was talking about. I changed my name from Tony Bandolo to Tony Braxman. Facebook does not allow you to change your zucking name. Let me repeat this for you. Facebook does not let you change your zucking name. They link any name you've ever used together. So all the names you're just adding names. So if you called yourself Tony Bandolo and now you're Tony Braxman, they have just linked those two names together. So you can never change a name on Zuckbook. Never. So the only way you could have said to me that, well, I never used my real name on Zuckbook, is that you never used your real name from the very beginning. Is that possible? No, don't believe you. Because here's what happens next. Your friends say, who are you? And they send you a private message. Who are you? Are you really Tony Bandolo or Tony Braxman? And you say, no, I'm Jim Smith, your buddy. Oh, Jim, how are you doing, Jim? Zucked. They read the message and the AI picks that out and says, oh, you're using a fake zucking name. Zucked again. Plus, all of your relatives are on Facebook. And all of your nephews' baby pics and your baby pics and all that are on there. And they start connecting you and connecting locations. And they say, who does Zuck do you visit on the holidays? Where are you at Christmas time? Where are you on Hanukkah? Where are you at all these holidays, Thanksgiving? And they know, and they say, see, we know exactly who you are. You cannot hide from Zuckbook. Okay? You cannot hide from Zuckbook. So if you think you're safe, no, because you're not thinking like they are. I do. I think like the way these bad guys think. Because I understand how they think. I know that they can find a loophole easily in the database. This is like minor stuff, okay? Minor stuff, okay? Deleting Facebook and going back to MySpace. There, yes. You need to delete Facebook. Okay, so I just allowed a comment from you, Karen, that was blocked by Periscope, by YouTube here. Let's talk about something about porn sites, but that's a legit comment. He uses a fake name because his patients are dangerous. So what keeps you from doing bad guy things? That is a very interesting point, Kelp. That's a good question. You know, I'm going to tell you, Kelp, I'm not making money doing this. I'm currently using a fake last name there now. It doesn't matter because they currently and what you originally put in are now connected. So your old name and your new name are now connected. So you're zucked. Too late now. The only way to do it is to start a new account with no friends. No, it's impossible to avoid. If you use Facebook, you're zucked. I don't know how you can avoid it. There's no way to avoid it. Plus the fact that they have location tracking on the app that you cannot turn off from the app locations. Although somebody showed that there's a new feature on Facebook that can turn off location tracking on Facebook app itself. Okay? If you're not using VPN, you're sucked anyway. Well, that's, it's VPN, unfortunately, can be beat by Facebook. So Facebook doesn't count on the VPN problem. If you have a VPN and you're on Facebook, you're sucked anyway. What you need to do is leave Facebook or not use Facebook at all ever in your life, and have a VPN. If you still use Facebook, you're gonna be zucked. I cannot delete Facebook from my track phone. Delete your login info. If you can't delete your account, make sure you remove your login info from the Facebook app. Otherwise, it will. Well, then they know it's me. Yes, they do know it's you, Rob. I'm telling you, this is why. You see why this is a cat and mouse game? I'm trying to teach you here. What I'm trying to teach you is how it's really, really difficult to evade all this. I mean, it's just nonstop. Son was posting pics of mom on FB. Yes. So I'm just saying to you, it's a battle that's very tough to fight. You need somebody like me who's an expert at this. And one of the things is I know there's no way to beat Facebook. Since there's no way to beat it, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't have a way. I don't have a solution since we protect the children here. It's not reported, Karen. It's done by a bot. I have more fake names in Facebook than there allows. The AI allows for. Then all of those names are now connected. I have never opened. Fortunately, good. Okay, so if you've not logged into it, then it doesn't know who you are. Part of the Zuckbook problem is people want to have friends' numbers, but you should use sense about that. Why is your ego tied to your friends and number of friends on Facebook? Does that give you any fake satisfaction about what Facebook really means? So that you get fake birthday wishes that are actually foisted upon you by some automated program? Facebook tells you that your friends are having a birthday. Click here. And then you say, oh my gosh, I just got wished happy birthday by so many people. So you wish them happy birthday back because they wished you happy birthday a year ago. And now you say, oh wow, we're all so happy here because everyone was so nice and friendly. We're all wishing everyone a happy birthday. I remember Richard Nicholas saying, oh, look, I'm so happy. So many people wished me happy birthday on Facebook. It's like, suck. They don't really care about you. It's sucking automated and suggested because if they wish you a happy birthday, they get something back. They get wished happy birthday back too. It's like follow for follow. Wish per wish. Wish for wish. Wish happy birthday for wish happy birthday. In job interview, I was asked why I only had 90 friends in Zuckbook. I left the app 2 years ago. Claire, did you have to show guns at that job interview? Did you have to show guns at the job interview, Claire? Yeah, I'm just, listen to me, folks. I mean, if I have a way around it, I don't no, I don't have I have a fake birthday, but all that doesn't matter. Yes, Facebook can trace MR. You want to get attention when they ask you for social media footprint, and you say none. Okay, but let me answer. Hold on a second here, because I want to answer Kelp. Okay, I want to answer Kelp. Kelp is asking, why is it that I haven't... Obviously, I have the capability and knowledge to be a bad guy. This has been... unfortunately for me, this knowledge of doing bad things is because I'm exposed to so many people who do bad things in my time on computers, for a long, long time. And, I've been trying to be like the police of the internet for so long. And one of the reasons that I'm much more exposed to this is because I was in charge of medical data. That I told you my prior career was in medical field, and I had access to the databases containing the medical data of millions of people. Millions of people I had access to. Millions of people using my software. Okay, so millions of people who use my who are in my software as patients, theoretically exposed me to data. I tell you, there's a lot of data in there. I will tell you right now that in those databases, it included, what surgery certain movie stars had. I knew that. I knew what, which movie star had some medical problem. I know that. Which movie star was getting plastic surgery. I know that. It was all on there. So I had the capacity to be a bad guy from the very, very beginning. Because one of the biggest sources for social security numbers and identity theft is actually from medical data. And I had access. I had access to that. I had access to that. For a big chunk of my work career. And since I was a top level executive, I had even more access. Okay, and I had access to hospital systems and everything else. And the other thing that is likely when you have big enterprises with these kinds of data is they're always subject to attack. So hacking and so on is very, very common. So there's always somebody trying to hack you and trying to get in. And I often have to go, figure out how to do that and how to respond to it. Cher's future wasn't sunny. So anyway, I'm my moral values are so strong into being a good person that I would never, even in the just so you understand how much you could have sold on the dark web before. You could have sold each one of those identities for anywhere from $2 to $4 a piece. With social security number and all that, you could have sold that on the internet, on the dark web for $2 to $4 a piece. And I had access to millions of them. I could have formed the biggest hack of the century and just taken the data from all those databases, and no one would ever know. I am not a slime bucket, unfortunately. And I know no one would ever know because I know how these things work. I know what the logs are. I know how the data's tracked. I know what my access is, and we had administrator access. There was no logs. We didn't go in there. I'd never get caught. Hey, that's the thing. I would never get caught because I know what I'm doing. Because no one would be smarter than me about knowing how to do that. I would never get caught. Okay, so the thing is that it's, you know, it's just against my principles. That's why I went into being a hello, Mike Fanny. How are you, my friend? That's why I'm you know, a blue team person or white hat. You know, and the fact is that I'm a very, very advanced programmer, you know, and I can do, I know all the tricks that you can do to, you know, to programs that, since I'm a C programmer, I can do all the little tricks you can do to load malware of any sort and any kind, and remote access trojans and all this. I've written, you know, server software and client software and encrypted this and encrypted that. I've done all that. Thank you, McFanny. Thank you. I've done all that. So I know that I'm knowledgeable of how the techniques work. My mind also knows how to, you know, how to trick systems into doing it the way I want. What is that? No, it's not blue team and white team. It's blue team and red team. So, you know, defense and offense. So if you're offensive, you're on the red team. If you're defensive, you're on the blue team. So if you're probably monitored because of your knowledge. They know what you can do. No, I'm not monitored. You know, I was pretty undercover for many years. I hid my identity. Even in my field, nobody knew exactly who I was. They just know software gets created. Yeah, white hat is blue. Black hat is red. Okay? Black hat is red. I'm not getting followers on YouTube, guys. I mean, certainly there's got to be some of you that red team is black hat. Blue team is white hat. The in-between guy is called the gray. Okay? So I'm white hat. I am not, I don't hack. I don't hack. So, oh, whatever that means. Okay. Yeah, a white hat is also known as an ethical hacker, meaning you're hacking to test and that you will never use it to steal the data to do anything bad. That's what a white hat hacker does. Okay. You know, I am more, you know, I look for flaws. My mind, the way my mind thinks, you know, somebody like the President of the United States could actually find use for me because I can actually theorize attack scenarios. It's just my mind works like that. If somebody says, "How do you break in here?" My mind will start, you know, coming up with approaches, and it just automatic with me. I don't have to work hard doing it. If somebody says, "How do I attack the Xbox?" You know, not that there's anything to steal on an Xbox, but my mind will start operating in a way that says, okay. That's why when somebody says, "How do you hack Bezos?" and my mind already knows all the ways you can do it. And I don't have to work hard at trying to figure it out. I already know. And a lot of it is just because, you know, I've thought about it, you know, over the years. So it's easy because, you know, I already know there's only so many pathways, and my brain already knows the route. So all I have to do is say, okay, what if it's this way? You're starting to sound like a criminal at heart. You could be consulted by near fiction, sci-fi authors or screenwriters. I need to make a living. That's what I need to do. So I'm doing this. Teaching you. Even though Kelp argues with me all day, I'm doing this without making any kind of income. I'm doing this not for myself. I'm not making any income doing this. Now, hopefully, at some point, I will be able to survive doing this. But at the moment, I do this because I'm trying to create a message, and it's very tough, as you know, to do something like this for years without making an income from doing it, or very, very minimal income. But, you know, this is very important for me to do because no one else is doing it. No one else is doing what I'm doing. It's so funny. I actually looked and said, you know, on YouTube, the way you get popular is you have keywords and you join up with people who have the same kind of interest, and then you find those people. And I'm finding out that I am not such a common topic. What I talk about is very unusual on YouTube. It's very unusual. So I need your help. So you need to support me, because you know I can't do this on my own. I need your help, Angel. This is not going to happen just for me. I know, Karen, you keep talking about, is that harbor on near Vancouver, or is it on? I'm on the West Coast, obviously, Karen, and you keep talking about that port in between my topics. You give the most hearts. So I need help, and the way you help me, guys, is by supporting me on YouTube. That's there's a reason for that. There's a reason it's important for me to get support on YouTube. I got 32,000. I got 32,000 followers here on Periscope, and Periscope zucked me because 30,000 of those followers are gone. I don't know where they are. They're definitely not on Periscope. So a lot of the people who come to Periscope, they leave after a few months, and definitely after a few years. And I've been here 4 years. So a lot of those followers I had here were from the bulk of that 30,000 of them, or 28,000 of them, were from 2 years ago. So the bulk of my followers here on Periscope was from 2 years ago. Like 20-some thousand of them. And now, so those 20,000 are gone. I don't know how to get in touch with them. They're not on Periscope anymore. So now it's sad, because, you know, because of the way the algorithm of Periscope works now, it's very hard to get viewership on Periscope unless I put in some squash. And it's frustrating. So here, I got to put squash up here. Then now you know what happens when I put the squash up. It's guaranteed I'm going to get viewers. Okay, this will now guarantee me viewers. Okay, there. So I put the squash up. Okay, and within moments, then we will get traffic. Okay. So people will show up. Now numbers will come up, and now we'll have a good number of people showing up here just from that. And they'll come in here for a few seconds, 1 second. The numbers will just keep jumping. Let me move the YouTube thing up there to leave space. Okay. And then it starts. Can we say you're a gray hat? I am not a gray hat. Stramgram. Did you change your name, Stramgram? But you know, that's the only way to get attention here now. In Shake It Up doesn't work, because shaking it on Periscope doesn't show up on the preview. So it has to be visible on the preview window. Please never be a Snowden, and let's ask Gowdy Wide about Assange. Who's Gowdy? Go away, Gowdy Wide. Are we men allowed to stare at those, or is that offensive? You're not allowed to stare at squash? Is there something illegal about squash that we don't know about? Is that banned? But I'm just trying to prove a point here. This is guaranteed, of course. This has worked 100% of the time. If I ever need numbers, for example, there's not that many viewers in here on Periscope. Not that it matters to me. It does not. But it just proves the point. So because of this, I need to reach a bigger audience, and because my message really is important, I need to reach the bigger audience, and the way to reach that is on YouTube. Okay, so the way to reach that audience is on YouTube. So that's what I'm hoping for. So one of you just unsubscribed to me on YouTube here, so please subscribe. You know, it's very hard to get my numbers to grow here when people keep unsubscribing constantly. People keep unsubscribing. You know, we're not going to make progress here if we, you know, if people keep unsubscribing on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube account, because then you will see all the videos. Again, I need your help here. I can't do this battle alone. This battle is for you. I'm trying to teach you and give you defensive tools to know that we're fighting a battle. And the way that we do this, is for you to support what I do. 54 new, yes. So I need you to support what I do, and the way to do that is again to back me up and support my YouTube account, because then I can. What happens is when you why would it? Oh, I got so many so many people unsubscribe from last night alone. I don't know. There's like four subscribe, unsubscribe all night. And it's crazy. It's like somebody's subscribing, unsubscribing, and you know, it's like, and then the YouTube gets tired of it, and then just wipes them off the list. They say, okay, you're not real, then they take them off. So if you start to spam the subscribe, then they actually take you off the number, so that you don't count anymore. You think you're still subscribed, but you're not. So that's what happens when you click on that. The YouTube AI doesn't like it. I've seen it happen. So somebody was doing it, and the number just, you know, it just dropped. Try some more of my cooking. So yes, your support is important, because if you understand my message today, you can see how complex this issue is about how to defend yourself from very, very strong data collection techniques. Very, very hard to evade. Okay, very, very hard to evade what's happening here with browser fingerprinting, contactless tracking, combined with geolocation, EXIF data, and then plus all your social media data that's being collected. It's just hard. Yes, and it's I'm a unique voice on the internet. I'm a unique voice on the internet because I'm the only one here telling you about this. So if you don't have me here to tell you this, no one will tell you. And everyone wants to shut me down. You know, nobody wants me to talk. Facebook hates me. Zuck hates me. He has iSocialFit here guarding my comments every night, so that I don't, say anything bad about Facebook, because, as you know, there's so much evil to say that there's no way to not say it. I'm hoping you can figure out a way to use Facebook anonymously, so we can use that platform how we see fit. If I knew a way to do that, I would tell you, Rob. But the problem is the platform has gotten so extreme with tracking that there's no escaping now. So if you use a health app on your phone, it even tracks your health information. I don't know how to evade it now. I mean, I can tell you right now that you can erase your data on YouTube. Let's say that you said you watched my video, you watched my scope, my broadcast yesterday, and you said, Rob talked about breastfeeding videos on YouTube. And, you can watch a lot of breastfeeding videos on YouTube. And, there's a lot of nudity in breastfeeding videos, and you will find a lot of it. So then you said, oh, that's cool. So then you spent all night watching breastfeeding videos, even though you don't have a kid. Okay? So now, right, Karen? So now you say, where? On YouTube. So search for breastfeeding. So now you say, well, wait a minute. I don't want YouTube to track that. I want to erase that record of me. Can I do that on YouTube? Actually, yes. This is the difference between YouTube and Facebook. This is why I don't have any problem being on YouTube, because if you say, well, I don't want to be, associated with this Rob guy because he's talking about these things, and somebody from the three-letter agency might find that to be a problem, I'm going to tell you right now, it's no big deal. You can erase it. So it erases everything, and it doesn't seem to recommending videos once you make the decision to erase. So they are very careful not to abuse it. Because they're careful not to abuse it, then I say, okay, then I will grant you a little bit more leeway. So now I'm not concerned if I watch breastfeeding videos on YouTube, because I know it's okay. Okay? So would you want to like watch breastfeeding on Facebook? Zog, no. If you watch breastfeeding on Facebook, they'll have a record of you forever watching breastfeeding on Facebook. It's okay, hey. Forever they will record it. Now you see the difference between the two platforms? Okay, now I'm going to tell you that Google wasn't always like that. What's the name? Google was also pretty aggressive with data collection. Until recently, because of GDPR, they examined their model and said, let's scale back and allow people to delete data and so on, and be consistent between Europe and the United States. Allow that, and then we will get our platform away from the crosshairs of the zucking regulations of the government. Facebook said, no zucking way. No, you never watch. I'm telling you to watch it because I told you about you last night. I told you about it last night, so it's only logical you would watch it. Okay, somebody even put a link of one of those videos on my broadcast last night, and I had to check it out and see what link that was. Okay, and I found out that link, which was obviously all nudity with breastfeeding, but obviously being used as an excuse. The breastfeeding was just an excuse. It wasn't about breastfeeding. It wasn't about breastfeeding. And that party had very little views. I think that site had like 5,000 views on it total. I mean, I have more than that. So obviously it was a very tiny website. So they got hidden from the search. The algorithm doesn't let you find it. So noted, yes. So I wasn't here last night, but hey, I'm not mad at you. Where's the link? It's on my video from yesterday. In olden days, I had to wait for National Geographic to arrive in the mail. So anyway, what I'm saying is, I can tell you right now that on YouTube, it's a simple matter to clear your cookies, pause the watch video history, and then just restart your browser, and then it clears it out. Clear your cookies, clear your watch history, and then pause watch history in Google Activity Controls, and it works. It will never recommend anything again that's from the past. Okay, it's very simple. So they're not keeping a long-term log; they're keeping a log of the moment. And the reason I'm concerned about this was because at one time I had a lot of videos. I was always looking at gun videos. Especially like 1911 gun videos, because I love a 1911. Okay, this is a 1911. So I'm very fond of a 1911. Right? So I said, just cleaning the air, to do strictly for educational purposes, using my name. I do not breastfeeding videos. That's so funny. So anyway, you don't need to clear the air because it doesn't matter. Okay, so the point is, by the way, don't do that to a real gun. This is bad. If this were real 1911, that'll damage the hammer. Doing that to a real gun will damage the hammer. But this is a toy, so I can do it. Okay. So anyway, there's a difference. If you're on Facebook, I'm telling you that your watch history on Facebook will be there forever. So why would I want to search for anything on fucking Facebook? Can't do much with a damaged hammer. You can replace the hammer. You can do a lot with a damaged hammer. You take it out, put a new hammer in, back in business. Okay, it's easily disassembled. So as you can see from what I'm saying is that there's a difference in philosophy between Facebook and Google. Now, I wasn't very fond of Google myself, because they were like, how you go to Google? You know how you go to Google and you log in, and then it has suggested login. Let's say you have 2 Gmail accounts. Let's say you have 3 Gmail accounts. I have several Gmail accounts. Okay? Which is, I guess, not a secret to Google now. But one of the things they use to make sure that they know you have multiple accounts is they actually suggest your accounts, your other accounts on the list. So if you go to your computer, you say which account to use, and then they'll show the last few accounts used, and then you can just change to one of those, which obviously tells them that these accounts are related. So now you're locked. Okay. So I was very upset with that, because they did that because back in the day, Google is the platform for YouTube, for Google Plus, for AdSense, for Google Analytics, for Blogger, for Waze, for archive.org, Wayback Machine, on and on and on. So I don't know what you're saying that, you start DuckDuckGo. No. You're using Google for a lot of things. Maps, location, all that are all Google. Okay? Like Chuck Norris, I must rest soon. So I was upset when YouTube and all the other platforms were combined into a single login. That was very, very upsetting. I said, this is a very bad thing, because even my Blogger account was now started to be linked to Google, and then YouTube, and then the AdSense, Google Analytics, and so on, and it just connected everything, and I didn't want that, and I hated that. So I was very very mad about what Google was doing, and now they're pulling back, and the GDPR, or the General Data Protection Regulation of the EU, caused them to rethink it, and now it's a little bit more relaxed in that. They still track you quite a bit, but YouTube itself is not being YouTube. They keep it separate. So from what I see, YouTube is specifically focused on your activities as it relates to the algorithm or the AI for what you watch. But when you want to clear that history, it does clear it. So it's I guess they don't want to be, if anything happens to Google, they don't want to have YouTube affected by some privacy regulation. So that's probably why they're doing it. They're probably keeping it independent. So for that reason, YouTube is not a problem for me. I'm okay with YouTube, and in fact, in my mind, it's safer than using Periscope. Periscope has a lot of people tracking all of your comments here, being recorded and stored in databases. If you didn't know that, telling you right now, all of your comments here on Periscope are being stored in databases. Okay? I just committed, it's no way I'm going to let that what the zuck? The zuck drought. Okay, so anyway, just, letting you know that there's no way for me to find a defense for you on Facebook. If there were a way for me to save that platform, that doesn't matter. Unknown person. What does that do? That doesn't do anything. Your data is being captured by third parties. Egg drop, this, that. There's so many people taking your comments and storing it. Thank you, Amsterdam Graham. So erasing browser history, no, that does nothing. Your browser history used to be stored also by Google. They allow you to pause that now. For years, your browser history was being stored. Let me repeat that. For years, your browser history was being stored by Google, which is why you go to another computer. If you're logged in, it actually had the same browser history. But they allowed you now to erase that. They allow you now to erase it because they know it's a dangerous thing, and they now allow you. So they're protecting their turf by putting a limit. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Just because they allow you to erase it doesn't mean that somebody, some internal bad guy at Google doesn't have, all the data. It may be that they have all of the data and they're sending it to their data arm called Jigsaw. So I don't know. All I know is that the current data is being deleted. Yes, it said being forwarded in raw form for backup storage at Jigsaw, jigsaw.google.com. I don't know. I should be distrusting it, right? I should be distrusting. So tomorrow I'll tell you what some of the ways are to evade Facebook's problem. Because there is some partial solution to Facebook. It's not going to be completely safe, but it's better than nothing. And I will tell you that tomorrow. Okay? And I will tell you that that this is to respond to browser fingerprinting. That will be tomorrow's broadcast. You paint the story where the other than politics info could harm you. This info is already harming you. I don't know why I need to tell you that, Kelp. I mean, you already know that Cambridge Analytica could have harmed the nation. If we are manipulated to believe something, if we are manipulated with fake news, and we believe something because of the way the media is controlled by a few players, and how you can create fake media and push certain media to be more important than other media, then that's already an influence, and it's really, really dangerous. Zugel's motto is "Don't be evil," and then they support the evil committed by both McFanny. It's always here. I do my live stream on both. Videos are only on YouTube. So if you want to watch just the videos, then that's only on YouTube. So you have to follow me on YouTube, or you're not going to see the videos. NASA manipulated the records. Are you? I always simulcast a live stream, but the videos are always only on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, you get everything. If you're on Periscope, you don't know. NASA manipulated the. So the problem is, to be honest with you, Rob, to me, all mainstream media can, is starting to be tainted. I know, McFanny. Thank you so much. I saw you on Twitch, by the way, too. Is that true? Subscribing is necessary to see your YouTube stuff? No, Angel. No. Subscribing allows you to comment on my stuff and get the notification. But subscribing is a help to me, because if you subscribe, then YouTube supports recommends my videos. Okay? I don't know who Owen Benjamin is, Karen. You're always into the you're deep into the politics, and I'm not tracking that. I don't track QAnon. A lot of the stuff I see related to QAnon is definitely tinfoil hat. So if you think I buy all that, no, I don't. We barely have any real press anymore. MSM is losing ground because of social media. So they're fighting back. Who is Q? I don't know. There's so many people posting about Q on Twitter. He's counterculture and certifiable. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what the stories with this Q guy is, but I'm not following it. We stopped wearing tinfoil. We wear aluminum now. Crespi, are you already supporting me on my YouTube channel? Are you subscribed to my YouTube channel, Crespi? Let's get my numbers up, guys. I mean, come on. Let's let's have you watch my YouTube videos where what I talk about is there. I am. Okay. So for those of you, the 37 of you that are here, if you're interested in what I talk about, which is about privacy and what I just talked about, this very, very complex issue about contact lists and tracking and trying to and bad guys creating an evil database about each and every one of us. Please support me and watch my videos on YouTube. They're not on Periscope. They're not on Periscope. So if you want to read about them and watch them, you have to do it on YouTube because that's the only place where they are. Okay, I'm referencing my video when I talk about what I'm talking about here. Contactless is a video. Browser fingerprinting is a video. Hope to be a white hat. Well, that's good. Be a white hat. Although there's a reason to be a theoretical, bad guy, just in theory. Need to ask who it is because the New Zealand Anons talk about it too. I don't really, like I said, I'm not, I read a few things about that QAnon and they were like, some, somebody made a post. Is it true the Federal Reserve is closing down? It's like, dream on. Dream on. Freddie Race. What? Be careful about what? I'm not involved with anything to be careful about. So anyway, I don't get involved with that. I am not tinfoil hat. Believe me, guys. I didn't. I didn't go around here talking about Pizzagate. Conspiracy theories will bite you. I don't follow conspiracy theories. Okay, and I don't follow conspiracy theories that have nothing to do with what I talk about because I have no knowledge. I'd just be guessing. I'd just be guessing. But let me just tell you. So is the president smart enough to be doing QAnon kind of stuff? I forgot what I was saying. I read Great Gold's comment on it. After pushing yourself for at least a week and a half, it gets easier to be consistent. Thank you, Leroy. Thank you. Anyway, conspiracy theorists, if it's not my field, like Starlight will tell me, I want to talk about 9/11. And I, respond, well, that's outside of my expertise. I mean, I don't know anything about, somebody said, well, building 7 and this and that. Okay. So, that's not my realm. It's not what I talk about because I have no proof of that. But when you talk about data, there's evidence of it, and it's easy enough to find everything I've said that was considered a conspiracy theory on what data is being stored about you, including the contact list. So now in the press, I've been talking about this contact list for a long time, and now in the press this week they say contact lists are being sold, which is what triggered me to make this. Thank you, Space Resort. So I said contact lists are a problem. They will be sold. They are. I told you about Facebook data going to leak out of Facebook. They are. These are all known facts now. And when people and some of them I had no direct proof, but I knew it's got to happen because of the way it was done. Reverse location lookup was going to be sold. Yes, these are all proven facts now in various mainstream articles, but it took them years to take what I said and put them in the news, and it took years for for Whoopi Goldberg to say, "Oh my gosh, my email's being read by my ISP. Oh my gosh." It's like, zuck you, Whoopi. Been talking about that for zucking years, okay? Now it's important because it fits your political agenda. Now it sounds good because it, the Congress is going to pass some rule relating to ISPs, which wasn't going to fix anything. But it's, oh my gosh, the ISP is going to do this. ISP's been doing this. They've been doing it. Hello, Richie Rich. So anyway, so just so you know, a lot of the stuff I talk about is may seem unrealistic to you right now because you may not know the seriousness of what I'm talking about. But I don't make these statements lightly. I've told you for years that your medical records data is being centralized, and that is going to be used for very evil purposes. Okay, that is going to be used for evil purposes. Hello, Miss Beautiful Kate. That's going to be used for evil purposes, and the thing is that no one talks about it. Again, you search on the internet, you search in Google, and you search for some of the stuff I talk about. You can't even find. By the way, guys, you can't even find a reference to the fact that email zucks you on the internet. You can't even find something that says how email is dangerous, because email is not encrypted. Why would this not be on the internet? Why not? I already made a video showing you. Obviously, it is not encrypted. I showed showed you the actual traffic. It's in one of my videos. There's no safe email, Crespi. This is what my video was trying to show you, that all email by nature is sent out in plain text over the internet through message transfer agents, MTAs. They cross using a SMTP protocol, which is all plain text. No, says Sar Gore. No. I talked about that at the beginning. The answer is no. All email is inherently bad. So use email as spam, junk mail. Don't put anything important on there. Use it to validate your account. And other than that, don't put anything important on them. Don't send paperwork on them. Don't do anything like that. Don't think you can attach a zip file of your with a password of your PDF file of your IRS form, and say, "Oh, here's the password," in another email, or even call them up and give them the password. That doesn't help. A hacker can get that information, and you have to assume they've already gotten it. So when April 15 comes, all of you are sending IRS forms and of various sorts through the email, and you're like thinking, "Oh, it's convenient." Well, that's sucking you. I'd better make a video about that. Okay. Are you emailing your IRS tax forms? Are you emailing your IRS form or your tax returns to your accountant? Zuck. If you want to email something, if you want to send a message to an accountant, use Brax.me. That will be so safe. Brax.me. If you use email, you are zucked. Guaranteed sucked. Gmail can scan password protected zip files. No, Sean. Everyone on the internet can scan password protected zip files. Anyone. How long do you think it would take a hacker to break into a file from your accountant secured by a social security number? That will be readable to the Gmail or whatever you're using. While sending your financial snapshot to the government, worry about someone peeking. So if you send I'm going to have to make a video about this because I need to send a warning flag, because it's accounting season again, and people are sending their financial documents, and those applying for colleges, Those applying for colleges, what do you do when you apply for college? They ask you for a bunch of forms for financial aid, showing your income, your social security number, all this, and you're sending that to zucking email. Zuck that. Don't ever do that. That is so sucked up. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Sending, financial aid transactions on an email? Client portals? Yes, that would be safer. If there's a portal, then your data is solely kept in the portal. It's not crossed. Yes, a portal of any sort is the alternative to email. Don't use email. Like medical facilities always have portals now. They know that, so they use portals. Okay, so I have a portal app. It's Brax.me. It's called Social Vision. So we use that as a portal. I have medical clients that use that. You don't know what a portal is? A portal is just a way to like a private place for you to converse in an app. Like Brax.me is like that. There's in the medical field, that's often called a portal to your health records. But in reality, it's just an app. So Brax.me is an app you can use to do that. So if let's say a school said, we're going to use Brax.me to receive applications and financial aid information, that would be safe. Start a chat on Brax, get attach documents and so on in Brax, which stays only on Brax. It doesn't leave. It's encrypted, and it doesn't cross the internet. So all the portions of the internet that connected are encrypted. It doesn't go out in the open at any point. Email, unfortunately, crosses out in the open. Okay, so that's what the issue is. Crespi, I'm going to try to do that, but please first subscribe to my YouTube account. Subscribe to my YouTube account, my friends. I tell you, it's a fax machine. Yes. Fax machine is only okay if it's machine to machine, but not when it's eFax to eFax. eFax turns it into a digital copy, and then it's exposed. Okay? eFax converts it into digital, and that's when it's exposed. And the reason a fax machine is very effective is because it's analog. Because it's analog, you can't really, extract the data from it. But when it's in digital, then now you can scan it. So it's not a direct step, but it's still an issue. So I pay $30 a month to avoid eFax. Yeah. So faxing is still legit. The problem is storing them and so on. It's kind of a pain. Yeah. So if in medical, fax of course is used very, very heavily still. So, and because the laws say that you got to do that because the data has to be secure, because they're not allowed to use email. You cannot send medical records on email. That's not allowed. Okay, so at least the IRS and the Department of Health and Human Services knows not to use email. Analog music sounds better. Just thought I'd mention that. Now back to your regular programming. That's not true. Digital is a lot cleaner depending on the bit rate. But of course, it's hard to match the bit rate of a analog, because analog is at least 384, right? So what are your thoughts about this Facebook site? Oh, I love it. Yeah, HIPAA laws working badly for medical, McFanny, badly. HIPAA laws, if you only knew, HIPAA laws have not been updated since, hello Mystery School, HIPAA laws have not been updated since the 90s, since during Clinton's time. HIPAA laws, just so you know, HIPAA laws mandate a encryption that has long been broken. It's really funny. If you HIPAA says these are the minimum requirements for hello Cipherbot. These are the minimum requirements for encryption in HIPAA, and that minimum requirement has already been broken many times. What is the actual bit rate of to capture every nuance of analog? Can't you capture complete analog nuance that your ear can handle at 384, or even that doesn't handle it? I'm going to tell you, this is not Q is fake. Let me tell you a story, Drought, music related. This has nothing to do with my topic here, but I just need to ignore Q crap. Thank you, Claire Peters. Is there a big difference when recording? There is a big difference in analog versus digital. I'm going to tell you, you were a retired healthcare practice management director, Mac Fanny. So I'm a not retired, but I left the. I'm a developer of electronic health records. I got to brush up on those numbers. Okay, Drought. So I went to the Disney Hall. Do you know where Disney Hall is, Drought? It's in LA. So I was watching Herbie Hancock. So I went to Disney Hall, watch Herbie Hancock. And Disney Hall is all wood and very little amplification. And the sound is just so sucking clear. My ears are kind of like, less capable than they were because of rock and roll for decades. So from all the rock music when I was young, my ears are not in good shape anymore. But I'm going to tell you, guys, that's good, Sean, but I'm going to tell you, my ears were orgasmic. My gosh, it's like it's like, how do you compare this to sucking music from your iPhone? I mean, the sound, the vibration, the frequencies are, it's like this is so compressed. The music on your iPhone is like sucking unreal compared to what it is to listen to somebody perform like a Herbie Hancock or the LA Phil at that sucking Disney Hall. It was like, whoa. Yes, so yes, I certainly the quality that's on here at 128. This is 128 bits. Yes. Rock my back off. Yeah, so at 128 it's hello Tim Bear. At 128 this sucker is like garbage compared to the real thing in real life. So yeah, it's just amazing. So anyway, lots of good content, folks, on my YouTube account, and lots of new videos. And I'm what did you say? The studies have shown 5G to have negative health repercussions. Crespi, a little bit of that is tinfoil hat. So let's wait. I studied medicine. I don't make those conclusions lightly. Crespi, I studied medicine, so don't expect me to do. Don't expect me to go respond to things like that that have any relation to health, and respond to it because somebody said it on the internet. There has to be the proper peer review and experimentation done. That's from my medical background. So I'm not a doctor, but I can have an opinion about a scientific study. If there is a scientific study, I will read it. Wait and see if people start growing huge ears, then we know. Sure. Right, but I grew up saying they said MSG will cause cancer. MSG will do this to you. Monosodium glutamate will do this. So all the Chinese restaurants don't have MSG. And you wonder to yourself, what the fuck? There are 2 billion Chinese plus the so many millions of Chinese in different countries, and they're all using MSG, plus all the other Asian countries using MSG, and they're still sucking alive. We haven't been killing any Chinese with MSG. So what the fuck is that about? Okay? It just, just to prove a point. Okay? There's no actual scientific study. It was like some person said, well, I'm getting, Chinese food syndrome. I saw a YouTube video about this. That's why I'm saying. I saw a YouTube video and I never questioned it, and I said, yeah, you're right. Who actually said that MSG was bad? And it was just, somebody said, and then it got in the newspaper in the 70s, and then from then on everyone had said, okay, I guess MSG is bad and we're not going to use MSG, but everyone in China still uses MSG and they're still sucking alive. Strange how they haven't died from that. So yes, I withhold opinions until, facts show up. So I think there's some false propaganda about, I also think the term conspiracy theory was weaponized. Could be, Crespi. Could be. MHC makes you hungry an hour later. Chinese takeout have sauces with no... Yes, I know. So like you're supposed to like this. They say... does Panda Express have no MSG? I bet you Panda Express has no MSG. No wonder it doesn't taste like real Chinese food. Yeah, but they actually proved that it's not a real syndrome. It's not a real syndrome, because otherwise the 2 billion Chinese would have the syndrome. Should be a good test, if 2 billion Chinese can survive it. So I'm just curious. I mean, I don't actually, I stopped using MSG myself because of that, and I never questioned it. And now I got to go question it now because I said, if 2 billion Chinese didn't change their habits and they still use MSG, and then MSG is actually in common products, then you use MSG in common products, and you say, in her head syndrome. If many products that you use today has MSG on it, they just don't call it MSG, then you say, oh, okay. I think they said that like Doritos and, all these chips and potato chips all have MSG in it. And none of you are apparently dying from that, so I guess must be okay. It's just to replicate the umami molecules for taste. So, yeah. So anyway, that's just to show you why I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I hesitate to, I try to use some logical basis for what I say. So when I talk to you about surveillance happening on your internet records, I know because I can do it. If I know how to collect your data, yeah, I know, JM. If I know how to collect your data, then I know somebody else can do it. It's just the way the world is. If I can do it, somebody else can do it. If somebody knows how to do it badly, for a bad purpose, and I know how to do it for a bad purpose, somebody will do it for a bad purpose. It's just, I can kind of predict what it is, because the thing is, no one can be that original on the internet. We all know what can be done, and therefore, with billions of people thinking about the same thing, somebody comes up with the same answer. So that's why when I make a guess about, are they doing X, they usually are, and I'm proven correct because it only makes sense. If I can do it, somebody can do it. I'm a conspiracy analyst. Oh gosh, Crespi is now making sure it's on record. It's on record now, Crespi. Okay, we got that. And you typed it in there. It was captured by egg drop. The entire internet knows that now. You've cleared up the information in the database. The database now knows what you really believe in. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to try to help Rob, unknown person Rob, about, is there a way to minimally use Facebook in a way, is there a way to minimally use Google in a way that deprives them of a lot of your data. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna see. Hello, Moonchild, you're late. We're gonna talk tomorrow about how to use some of these products in a minimally safe way. How are you doing, Moonchild? So we're gonna talk about how to use these products in a way that is minimally, you know, disruptive to your personal data. I mean, there's no. I can tell you that it's not going to be 100% successful, but at least you cut some of the data flow. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So watch me tomorrow on tomorrow's broadcast, and we will talk about how to integrate what I just explained today into okay, who'll show tomorrow? Okay, Moonchild. Do you work Sundays too, Moonchild? Did you just get back from work or something? So I will explain tomorrow how if you're going to use Facebook, then there's some things you got to do. Okay, there's some things you got to do, and I don't want you to use Facebook, but if you're going to have to, it's going to be a tough battle to do it. I mean, you're fighting a strong enemy here. Okay, good night, Kelp. Kelp, why don't you leave that comment on YouTube so we all have a record of it on YouTube. Okay, good night, guys, and good night, Twitch. Good night, YouTube, and please subscribe to my YouTube account if you haven't done so. Rob Braxman Tech. There are videos there that reference what I'm going to be talking about. We have a horrible windstorm here in Ohio, and the power keeps knocking out. Okay, so subscribe to my YouTube account. I've gotten barely any subscriptions in the last week. I've only in a week's time I've only gotten 72 subscriptions here. It's very low, so we got to get everyone to get excited and join us so I can make more videos. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.